Hey guys, and for today's video, I'm going to be doing my Week 14 NFL predictions. And what we're going to be doing here is going over what we did in Week 13, and we went 14-2. Yeah, we had a really good week this week. I mean, there were like no upsets at all. I don't think there was one game that shocked me at all. Guys, let's go into Week 14. Okay, so for the first matchup, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. The Jaguars, they almost came back and won this game. After Lawrence went down, they were down and they almost came back and won. To even be able to come back and win this game, I was a little shocked that they almost came back and won. They're trying to get Travis Hunter. Trevor Lawrence's year, they should just shut him down. He had a left shoulder injury. Now it's a concussion. The year is done anyway, so it really doesn't matter at this point. They've just been officially eliminated from playoff contention. This is the first week where we have teams actually eliminated, so they're one of the teams. Yeah, let's move on to the Titans here. The Titans, shockingly, aren't eliminated from playoff contention. They did lose. I don't know why I picked them. I just had a feeling after last week against the Texans, first quarter, they usually keep it close. If it is a blowout, the other team said, this game, the Commanders just destroyed them this game. This one is going to be an AFC South matchup for the bottom of the division, I guess. So the winner, I'm just going to say Mac Jones is starting. The Titans offense has some explosiveness sometimes. Will Levis will sometimes have some big plays. So the Jags defense is not too good. And the Jags offense is not that good. Titans D has a pretty good pass defense, but not good run defense. So guess we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm going to take the Titans. And they're at home too. This one's going to be bad. I'm going to say 17-13. Alright, next we got another division rivalry matchup. We got all four of them in the AFC division rivalry matchups. We got the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns, that game was weird. There were so many touchdowns. It was crazy. Jerry Jeudy went off over 200 yards against his former team. That game was weird. Jameis threw 4 touchdowns and 3 picks and almost 500 yards. That is the average Jameis Winston game right there. But yeah, they couldn't get the job done. If they lose this week, they're eliminated from playoff contention. I looked at the thing. I think, is Tennessee eliminated too? I don't remember. So, it was a close one. They just couldn't get it done. Next, we got the Steelers. This was such an anti-Steelers game. This was like a Bengals game. Russell Wilson threw for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was crazy. The Bengals were literally giving them the middle of the field. It's what are you doing? I think the Steelers still would have had a good offensive performance, but they were letting screen passes. It's not like the Steelers really changed that much. They couldn't tackle Najee at all in the first half. It's crazy. It's they're letting guys get wide open that aren't even starters. It's what are they doing? That secondary was terrible. 2 weeks in a row. The Steelers D-line's really good with the secondary. Joey Porter Jr. had 4 flags. That was a horrendous game. That's the reason we almost lost that game. But we scored so many points. I don't know what's going to show up, the offense or defense. And honestly, I don't know. If both show up, this team could maybe make a run. But you never know. Alright, in this one, the Steelers' offense has been actually better of late in the Browns' defense. They usually play them close. The Browns' defense has been okay this year. The Steelers' offense has been a lot better of recently. Other than last week, they've been better under Russell Wilson. The Steelers' offense should have upper hand. It really depends on how the Steelers' D could do against the Browns' offense. The Browns' offense has actually looked a little better under Winston and bad, kind of inconsistent. So I guess we'll see. They could shut him down. If Winston turns the ball over like he did last week, the Steelers should win this one. Now I'm going to go over that one. The Steelers should win this one. Said that last time. It was a trap game, but guess I'm going to give it 24-17. Alright, next we got the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. The Jets, they had that game. They were up by 2 scores at one point. They lost. That pick 6. They have that pick 6 instead of the Seahawks. That was bad, man. Watching that was terrible. I don't know how they let them get that big 6. It was what are they doing? They look like they're just giving up at this point. Honestly, so yeah, their year is done. It doesn't matter. But are they going to be eliminated too if they lose? I think. But yeah, they have to be at 3-10. Next, we got the Dolphins here. Like I said, I'm not shocked by this. The Dolphins don't play good in the cold or against good teams. that was last year, and they showed it here. They got destroyed. Maybe there was they made it look closer than not. No, that game was over. It's just jeez. The Packers, that was a dominant win for them, but the Dolphins really couldn't do anything. Alright, now go matchups. The Dolphins offense is at home against the Jets. Dolphins offense should be way better against the Jets D, which has been worse ever since Salah's been fired. The Jets offense very inconsistent. The Dolphins defense isn't that good, but they'll do enough to win. Maybe the Jets will score a little bit in garbage time, but it's going to be like 30 to, let's say, 21. Okay, next we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. The Chargers, I don't know how they lost that game almost. They're up 17-13. Kirk Cousins threw 3 picks and they threw in the red zone ended. I don't know how you almost lose that though. I see like a Falcons team that looks really weak. Not beating them by 2 scores when they gave you even a pick 6. It's like, yeah, that's a little worrisome. But they got the win. That's what matters. But next we got the Chiefs. They're worrisome too. This team looks like one and done. They look like the 2020 Steelers. Barely beating the Raiders and Panthers. How do you barely beat 2 teams you should be destroying by 2 scores, Chiefs? To me, it's like they do not look good. They're barely doing enough. But the thing is this is the Chiefs we're talking about. Mahomes might turn up in January. He's just playing above average, not elite. They're doing enough, but how much? If they play like this in the playoffs, I think they might get eliminated in the divisional round, even the championship game, because there's no chance. But I think they're going to change it in January. Maybe. I hope they keep going like this because eventually they gotta lose. They lost to the Bills, but I mean eventually another team might get the playoff. Matchups. The Chiefs offense versus the Chargers defense. The Chargers D has been pretty good. They're good against the Falcons. The Chiefs offense, they have enough weapons. They'll do enough. Just like, I know how this is gonna go here. And the Chargers offense versus Chiefs D. I think the Chiefs D they'll stop them a little bit. And with no J.K. Dobbins, they don't have a run game. Herbert's going to have to probably do everything to win this game. But I think the Chiefs D is going to just do enough. The Chiefs, more balanced team right now. Or are they just more lucky right now? They're going to win this one. This is going to be like 24-20. They'll barely beat them. Alright, next. For AFC versus NFC matchups, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Raiders, they blew that game at the end. Aiden O'Connell did not look ready, and they snapped it. Jeez, they were in field goal range, too. They had that game, too. That's why I said the Chiefs are so lucky. They had that game, too, but lost it. I mean, it's probably better for the Raiders, honestly, anyway. Like, they want to get the QB of their choice between Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, so I guess it doesn't matter for them. But the rest of the NFL, it does. Like, their year's done. I think they're eliminated from the playoffs, too. Alright, next we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the first half, their offense looked worrisome. In the second half, they picked it up. Looked a lot better. And the defense got the stop of like the forced fumble on Chuba Hubbard. They got the stop there. And they got an OT to win this game and kick the game-winning field goal in OT. They got the job done. They barely got a win. It was a fun game. And it was kind of what I was expecting with the game being really close. And they got that. Okay, so for the matchups, we got the Buccaneers offense versus Raiders defense. Raiders defense isn't too good. The Buccaneers offense really good. The Buccaneers offense should not have any trouble with the Raiders. The Raiders offense with Buccaneers defense. Okay, next we got the Raiders offense with Buccaneers defense. If Aiden O'Connell leans on Brock Bowers, they could maybe get some big plays and get some points. And the Raiders don't really have a running game at all. They're one of the worst in football. The Buccaneers defense is one of the worst in football too, so maybe the Raiders could do something. I think the Buccaneers defense would do enough for them to win. This probably be a blowout. I'm going to go 27-17. Not going to be able to do anything. Okay, next we got the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams. Bills had a dominant performance in the snow. It was like not so good conditions in the game, but they got the job done. They destroyed the 49ers. That game was just domination. There's not that much passing, but they could run the ball really well, so that's all they had to do. Alright, next we have the Rams. The Rams, in the first 3 quarters, the offense couldn't move the ball to the fourth. And their defense, they did enough to stop the Saints, and they won the game. I mean, that fourth quarter was pretty fun, though, but they got the win here. They're still in the division and stuff. Maybe the wild card if they rattle off a winning streak and the Commanders lose a couple. And for this matchup, the Rams offense versus Bills defense. The Bills defense has been pretty solid. And like the Rams do have some playmakers like Nakua, Kupp, Kyle Williams, and Stafford. So I don't know. We have the Rams offense versus the Bills defense. The Rams have been inconsistent. Even with all the talent they have, I feel like they haven't played up to full potential at all on offense. And sometimes, like, when they're on. Sometimes they just feel inconsistent. But I think the Bills will do enough here. Their defense will do enough to make a game. I mean, actually, the Bills offense was Rams defense. Bills offense should definitely not have any trouble if this Rams defense is just okay. They should be fine in this game. This game is probably a blowout here. Like, the Rams, I feel like sometimes, like, their offense just starts pretty bad, so that's why. I'm going to go 35-24. All right, for the next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. The Simpsons Bowl on Monday Night Football. Is this going to be like the Toy Story game like last year? I think it was the Falcons versus Jaguars. Maybe that's how it's going to be, but yeah. First, we got the Bengals. That defense, the worst in NFL history. It has to be. I've never seen a defense so bad. They left the middle of the field open. Like, I don't even know what the heck their DC was doing. Maybe the players aren't good, but their defensive coordinator does not know what they're doing. That was horrendous. Burrow's trying to do everything to will this team to win. He can't do enough. He can't do everything. Him and Jamar Chase can't do everything on this team. They just can't. And Trey Hendrickson's the only good defensive player. But let's continue. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys. They played a close one against the Giants. Got the win. I don't know if it's going to matter for playoffs at all. With Dak being out. I mean, they are making a run, though, so I guess you never know. But they're looking better as of late. Good win against the Commanders and then win against the Giants. So, could they make it 3 in a row now against the Bengals? We're going to go with matchups here. Cowboys offense versus the Bengals defense. Cowboys offense has honestly done better than I expected the last couple weeks. They're still not as good as Dak's here, but they're doing at least good enough, I feel like, in the last couple weeks to win games. And the Bengals defense is historically bad. I mean, it has to be, right? Like, they look terrible. Like, that's their third or fourth game this year that they lost 20-30 more. The Cowboys offense, I mean, they don't have the best running game. I feel like the Cowboys, they're going to score some points on them. At least 20. They should at least score 20 on this defense. Next, we have the Bengals offense versus Cowboys defense. The Bengals offense is really good. One of the best in football. They shouldn't have any trouble with the Cowboys defenses. Haven't been too good this year. So, like, the Bengals offense should score a lot. And I think the Bengals will finally win another game, score more than 30. 33-24. Okay, next on Thursday Night Football, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions, the Packers. Last week, a dominating performance against the Dolphins. You don't have to keep winning to have a chance for that 5th seed. I mean, maybe if they win this game, they can have a chance for the division. Probably not, though. They're 2 games back. Next, we got the Lions. They almost lost that game. There's a lot of injuries defensively. It is starting to get a little worrisome. Could this be their Super Bowl because of the injuries? But the Bears had a chance. They blew that game. But count that the first game that I feel like they didn't play at their peak level. Since, like, maybe that one loss against Tampa Bay. I'm saying the 2 wins. Like, the Texans one was another one. But that was kind of impressive because Goff threw 5 picks. But, yeah, this is going to be a good one on Thursday Night Football. The Lions offense is Packers D. Packers D has been pretty solid. But the Lions offense is one of the best in football. Should be easy. Them and the Ravens are the 2 best teams offensively, so I don't think they'll have any issue with the Packers D. Packers offense versus defense. The Packers offense is pretty good. The running game is pretty good. The passing is pretty good. If Jordan Love doesn't turn the ball over, they should be fine. This is going to be a close one still. This one's going to be tough. I mean, I know last time the Lions destroyed the Packers, but the Lions defense losing all those pieces, I don't know how that's going to be this week. I guess we'll see, but I think the Lions will win another one here. It'll be close. I'm going to go 31-27. It'll be a really good Thursday night game. And it's Thursday night, so I guess you never know. Okay, next we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. The Falcons, like, dude, that 1 pick 6 cost you big. And that pick in the red zone. If they didn't throw those 2, it's a different game. But it's like, the Falcons D didn't have to win this game. It's just, Cousins couldn't really do anything. He hasn't been good for a while now, I feel like. It's like he had a good couple weeks, but he's very inconsistent. It's like, they're back to being 500 after having such a good start to the year. This game is going to be an interesting one, I feel like. I mean, I know, like, how they've been playing, but this is a big game for the Falcons. If they lose this one, the Buccaneers will be first place in the division, and the Buccaneers have one of the easier schedules, so this is a must-win game for them. Alright, next we're going to the Vikings. The Vikings came back and won this game. They're now 10-2. There was a bunch of field goals to the second half, but they got some touchdowns and they won. The offense did enough in the second half to come back and win this game. This one's going to be an interesting one. Maybe not. Maybe the Vikings will win this one because of their defense, but yeah. Like, the Falcons' offense has been inconsistent. The Vikings' D is always good against other offense. They've been shutting down other offenses. There's maybe a couple games. Other than that, Flores has done a great job. And the Vikings' offense has enough talent where they should be good against the Falcons' D, who can't get any pressure on the quarterback. So they should be fine this game. I'm going to say 27-20. They'll still keep it close because I feel like that's how it's going to be. It'll be a closer game, but I guess this is Kirk Cousins' revenge game, technically. I just realized that, but yeah. Let's continue on to the next one. We got the New Orleans Saints at the New York Giants. The Saints, this is what I was saying. Carr is inconsistent, and he's showing it this game. They were inconsistent in the first half. They kind of felt like the Rams and Saints played the same, but the Rams have scored an extra touchdown. Like, that's the only difference in this game. They're just kind of inconsistent and got together in the second half more, but they're still trying to fight for the division. I guess it's possible, but a loss here, it's probably over for them. I mean, I guess you never know, but you probably have to keep winning. But they're playing the Giants, though. So, next we have the Giants. Drew Lock started. It didn't matter. The offense didn't look good. The team doesn't look good. Their year's done. They're trying to get one of the top two QBs. It's a battle between the Raiders and Giants to get Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. So, that's what's going to be happening there. Is it me, Tommy DeVito, or Drew Lock? I don't know. I don't think it matters. The Saints should do enough. But knowing the Giants, they're going to somehow sneak out a win here. And we'll go over the matchups here. The Saints offense versus Giants D. Giants D has been solid sometimes, sometimes not. I guess we'll see. Like, they've been kind of inconsistent. I feel like they haven't been bad. They've kind of been middle of the pack. But Saints offense inconsistent. I don't know what kind of offense we're going to see. It depends. They're either really good or really bad. Next, the Giants offense is not that good. The Saints defense should do enough against him. But I guess we'll see. And I don't know why. This one's not as bad, but I just have a feeling that, like, this is what the Giants are going to do. Like, they did it last year. Tommy DeVito was the starter, and they beat the Packers last year, which came out of absolute nowhere. I think that's going to come here again because Derek Carr is really inconsistent, and I think this is another week where he doesn't play good. He always has those streaks. 2 or 3 games he's good, 2 or 3 games he's bad, and he's in that streak of not playing that good. So I think the Giants will barely win 20-17. I don't know why. I just have a feeling in this week, I'm picking the Giants as my bold take. The Titans was a terrible one last week, but I think this one's more reasonable. Alright, let's continue. We got the Carolina Panthers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Panthers, that was a close one, a well-fought game for the Panthers. I mean, like, it sucks they lost there, but at least Bryce Young is looking a lot better, and he went from probably someone being traded for like a 6th-round pick to someone that's at least getting another year. He's had a couple great weeks. This is like his 4th solid week in a row playing quarterback. Game last week was better, but this is still pretty good for his standard and stuff. For the Panthers standard, yeah. Chuba didn't fumble there. They would have won that game, but it's still good progress. Let's continue. The Eagles, they were down a little bit. I was kind of like, the Eagles offense really didn't do anything in the first half. In the second half, they exploded. Their defense looked really good. Their offense took a little bit to get going, but sometimes it happens. That hasn't been a worry for them for a couple weeks, so like it's going to happen to teams. They put it together in the second half. Their defense had a dominant performance, one of the best in football. This might be the toughest battle for Bryce Young this year so far, though. We got the Eagles offense versus the Panthers defense. Panthers D has been one of the worst in football. The Eagles offense with all the weapons should be fine, honestly. I don't know if Devonta Smith is going to be back, but with all the offensive firepower they have, they should be fine against them. Next, we got the Panthers versus the Eagles D. This is where I think the Panthers could struggle a little bit because the Eagles defense has been really good this year. So Bryce Young could struggle. Maybe this is his first game that he doesn't look too good. Since he's been back as a starter, I guess we'll see. And yeah, here we're going to go with the Eagles here in this one. The Eagles are just a better team. 28-17. I mean, still impressive what the Panthers have done these last couple weeks, but the Eagles are just really good this year. Okay, next we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks, they did enough to win this game. They were down by 2 scores. Looked kind of worrisome. I was like, the Seahawks going to lose this game to the Jets? No, they came back. The offense looked a lot better in the second half, and they won. Like, this is a little worrisome with how they've been playing. They've been kind of inconsistent a little bit, but they got the job done. They're going up against Arizona here, and let's go on to them. The Cardinals, it was a battle of field goals in the first half, but the second half, Arizona started picking up the offense a little bit, but they just couldn't get the job done, and the Vikings came back and won this game. The issues with their offense being consistent is here again. And, like, this is the game they need to start picking it up. Because if they lose this game, their year is in jeopardy. It's like, if they win this game, though, like, this will be a huge win. And they'll have the tiebreaker because in the division, they're 2-1. And the Seahawks are 2-2. So if this win, they'd be 3-1 in the division. The Seahawks would be 2-3. So they'll have that tiebreaker. I think that's the next tiebreaker. So, yeah, this is the biggest game of the week, definitely, because of playoff implications. But, yeah, I'm going to take Arizona again like I did last time. It'll be a close one. No, 21-17. I think Arizona will barely win, and Kyle Murray will get him a game-winning touchdown drive. Okay, next for the final matchup, we got the Chicago Bears at the San Francisco 49ers. The Bears, they finally fired Matt Eberflus after a 6-game losing streak. He's gone. Now it's like, dude, they were 4-2 to begin. Now they're probably not going to make the playoffs at all. They'd have to win out to even have a chance. Like, their year's probably done. They lost to the Commanders, who were the 7th seed. And the Packers are 9-4. It's like, it's going to be a tough road for them to climb. But it's like they finally did it. And that end of the game was terrible. Why do you not call a timeout? Why are you just letting them hurry up to the line and do that? And why did Caleb not snap the ball there? It's mainly on Eberflus, but also on Williams too. I don't know what that end of the play was. They almost came back to win, but they lost. An average Bears loss, honestly, these last couple weeks. And next, we got the 49ers. Their year's probably done. CMC and Jordan Mason are on IR now. It's like, dude. Now they're going down to the 3rd-string running back. It's like, this isn't good. They've had so many injuries, and especially defensively, too. 49ers got destroyed in Buffalo. They're not used to this weather. So as you get a pass there, but they couldn't really throw the ball at all. Fortunate game. It's like, this is the end of your season. Just so many injuries and stuff they overcome this year, and they couldn't. And I think here's the thing. The Bears are going to win this one. They're going to finally do it. 24-20. No Eberflus, I think they reverse it, and they get their first win in a while, guys. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and this is my Week 14 NFL predictions. Until next time, everyone. Peace out. Bye.